It's your boy T-Bird her reaction. Today is a special WrestleMania edition of Wrestling Wednesday. I'm really trying to get all wrestling videos, like WrestleMania video I can, as much probably before Saturday, because I probably won't be available Saturday because I'm going to WrestleMania Night 1. Yes. So I'm trying to get every bit of WrestleMania video I had originally planned. It's done as soon as possible. I'm going to produce them, do most I can today, do some tomorrow, and probably one after my Films Friday as well, too. I kind of forgot which week is one. Anyway, I think it's Classic Week. Anyway, but that being said, we're gonna check out some videos from WrestleMania. No, I did WrestleMania. We're gonna do that later. partsFUNknown as well too. Now, I got finished doing. Now WrestleMania had a lot of things going on. Of course, great matches or bad matches, but a lot of great things happened. Though I just got finished doing one a couple days ago about returns and debuts as well too. But on the grandest stage of them all, there always room for a great presentation, especially when it comes to interests. Whether it's a cinematic interest, celebrity presentation, from celebrity presentation to band musical presentation of some of your favorite wrestlers' theme songs, marching bands, etc. The grand stage of WWE WrestleMania always like to bring the big show, big performances for their matches as well too, whether the matches become great or it falls flat. Either way, we're going to take a look at the greatest entrances from every WrestleMania. Let's get it.
It is a wonder how fans have anything left in the tank when the bell rings at WrestleMania, when you consider that the best part of the show comes just beforehand. Yes, as the quality of the wrestling improved at the grandpappy of them all, so too did the entrances. You know, the real reason we all look forward to WWE's greatest night of the year. Not every hyper-produced entrance can steal the show, but for every rise of the Triple H Terminator, you have the entrances we are about to discuss. I'm Tempest hailing from partsFUNknown, and this is the greatest entrance from every WrestleMania.
Alright, we're going to skip that. Alright, so anyway, let's keep going.
WrestleMania 1, Hulk Hogan and Mr. T. I mean, there were only 5 entrances on the whole show that even had music. The ones that did felt big time, with the shot of the wrestlers coming down the hall of MSG, but none are more iconic than Hulk Hogan and Mr. T entering to a thunderous ovation. WrestleMania 2, Hulk Hogan. It might be becoming apparent that most of the entrances from the first lot of WrestleManias were lacking in the pomp and circumstance department, with the exception of Randy Savage, of course. But Hogan shaking the cage walls and ripping his shirt off sat atop the blue steel is actually one of the cooler entrances of 80s WWE. WrestleMania 3, Hulk Hogan. It was the biggest WrestleMania for nearly 30 years, so one can imagine the response that the most popular wrestler in the world would get from such a crowd. Also, after watching everyone come to the ring on the little carts, which I love, it is cool to see Hogan march to the ring with a purpose. Alright, no more Hogan. WrestleMania 4, The Ultimate Warrior. WrestleMania 4 is a tedious show with endless entrances for its 16 matches, and while watching the WWF roster of 1988 walk down the steps may sound fun, rest assured that the only one who gave it any energy was The Ultimate Warrior. Look at him go. Anyone who has ever run down stadium steps has their...
Despite the controversy, live the warrior to bring the energy to anything in wrestling, especially your interest, though, for real, man.
Butts clenched watching this, hoping he didn't trip. WrestleMania 5, King Haku.
Okay.
Very surprisingly, the best entrance from WrestleMania 5 is the first one we see. King Haku being carried to the ring on a throne is pretty damn cool, and this may not be the last time we see a throne on this list. WrestleMania 6, the Honky Tonk Man and Greg Valentine. They didn't make an entrance for an actual match, but the Honky Tonk Man and Greg Valentine being driven to the ring in a pink Cadillac was one of the first proper quote-unquote WrestleMania entrances. Also, the driver is DDP.
Oh, wow.
The more you know. WrestleMania 7, Randy Savage. Hey, look! A throne!
No throne.
We like thrones. They go together with wrestling entrances like a cold beer on a hot Christmas morning. The final ride to the ring for the Macho King and Queen Sherry, and they did it like royalty. WrestleMania 8, The Ultimate Warrior. If you said you could name another memorable entrance from WrestleMania 8, I would simply call you a liar. The Ultimate Warrior makes the save for Hulk Hogan after his abomination of a main event with Sid, running at lightning speed and proceeding to blow himself up, but giving the fans a chance to actually cheer at the end of the show. WrestleMania 9, The Undertaker. I actually love this Undertaker entrance. I think it is extremely underrated. With all the wackiness of the Roman theme, Taker just being carted to the ring with a buzzard next to him was very atmospheric and very fun. WrestleMania 10, Bret Hart, the first one. The shot of the camera racing up to the emerging Bret Hart making his way into Madison Square Garden.
I think I had 2 matches that day.
is iconic. It isn't flashy, but one of the biggest stars getting one of the biggest pops at one of the biggest shows of the year makes for the biggest entrance. WrestleMania 11, The Undertaker. I mean, it's just The Undertaker's entrance, but on a WrestleMania this bad, the sight of the dead man was the only thing that made me feel alive. WrestleMania 12, Shawn Michaels. You know, sometimes it might feel as if WWE telegraphs the winner of their matches depending on who gets the big entrance, but that has never been more true than at WrestleMania 12. Shawn Michaels descends from the ceiling in one of the legitimately greatest WrestleMania moments ever, and then here comes WWE Champion Bret Hart just having a saunter. WrestleMania 13, Steve Austin. Some of these are harder to decide than others, and some created the most iconic imagery in WWE history, like Steve Austin walking through the broken glass for his legendary match at WrestleMania 13. WrestleMania 14, Shawn Michaels. The DX band may have been there to get heat, but they sure were successful. I also love the little backstage pre-entrances of both Shawn and Austin, especially Trips flying the bird prior to Shawn's pleasant smile. WrestleMania 15, Kane. No one has a particularly cool entrance at this WrestleMania, so this one gets the nod because Kane gets attacked by Pete Rose in a chicken costume, and Pete Rose should be in the Hall of Fame. WrestleMania 2000, D'Lo Brown and The Godfather. An entrance so good it had to be edited off the WWE Network. That or copyright reasons with Ice-T doing a live performance, but hey, I prefer my version. WrestleMania X7, Steve Austin. The only thing flashy about this entrance were the thousands of flashbulbs going off trying to capture the pure aura of this man. The Rattlesnake returned to Texas and they welcomed him home with open arms. Bonus points for the disturbed version of his song. WrestleMania 18, Hulk Hogan. Okay, now this is the last Hogan entrance, I mean it. But with this one, things were different to the Hulkamanian testosterone-infused melody of Real American. This was NWO Hogan, complete with lighting and camera effects and a massive ovation from the ridiculously pro-Hogan crowd.
Don't worry, Tempest, I'll take this one. WrestleMania 19, The Undertaker. This one's dedicated to you, Ben Stiller, because it features WWE's favorite band in the whole world. Limp Bizkit are a national treasure, a band that should be protected at all costs and admired by every available ear. For the record, Crack Addict is the best WrestleMania theme of all time. Do not at me. Look, this entrance even has Head from Korn, Mike from Snot. It's literally new metal royalty. I'm sure The Undertaker probably looked cool as well or something, but who cares about him? What's he ever accomplished? How many platinum records has he ever sold? This is just some old school soldiers blasting out that hot that rock and got everyone bouncing in the mosh pit. Limp Bizkit for the WWE Hall of Fame.
WrestleMania 20, The Undertaker. There are lots of Druid entrances at WrestleMania for The Undertaker, but the best one has to be the return of the dead man. Paul Bearer returns to lead Taker to the ring to face a terrified Kane, and Taker's entrance through the torches could not have been a better way to mark the end of Taker's midlife crisis. WrestleMania 21, Kane. I mean, he sets all the ladders on fire. Rad that. Sorry, Lemmy, you don't earn the spot if you forget the words to your own song. WrestleMania 22, Rey Mysterio. There are a lot of very silly entrances at WrestleMania 22, and personally, John Cena the Gangster and Triple H the Barbarian are too silly for my taste. Not all thrones are created equal, but Rey Mysterio getting a live performance from POD and displaying his Aztec heritage with a very cool headdress, yeah, that's a cool-ass entrance. WrestleMania 23, The Undertaker. I was extremely torn between this and John Cena's extended vroom vroom skirt skirt entrance, but at the end of the day, when I think about the most iconic and chilling WrestleMania entrance of The Undertaker, this one, of him just walking through the mist, backlit and intimidating, takes the top spot. WrestleMania 24, John Cena. Your boy loves a marching band entrance, what can I say? John Cena walking, then running to the ring at WrestleMania wearing his black and orange football jersey through the cheerleaders, baton twirlers, and marching band made this WWE title match feel like the Super Bowl. This is a stacked WrestleMania for good entrances, so I won't be offended if you disagree with this one in favor of Taker, Edge, or Flair. WrestleMania 25, Shawn Michaels. Does Shawn Michaels descending from the heavens for his match against The Undertaker make him the overgiver? WrestleMania 26, Edge. Edge has been blessed with many an awesome WrestleMania entrance, and with the WrestleMania 26 stage being as bonkers as it was, you needed an equally bonkers entrance to go with it. Pyro galore and a cool pose in front of the cylindrical screen thingy. WrestleMania 27, Triple H. Every year, Triple H really wanted to have the coolest entrance of WrestleMania, and about 90% of the time, he did not succeed. Spoilers, the Terminators and Big Tricycles will not feature on this list, but at WrestleMania 27, when the gang stepped out onto the stage to Metallica's sweet shredded tunes of For Whom the Bell Tolls, surrounded by men with shields, he was finally the coolest kid in school. WrestleMania 28, The Rock. I will say right now, I do not care for the man they call Florida, mostly due to listen to his songs 20 times a day during my retail career, but even I can see that his intro for The Rock's WrestleMania Homecoming was filled with good feelings. WrestleMania 29, CM Punk. Live performances at wrestling events are fairly hit and miss, but Living Color doing Cult of Personality for CM Punk was badass.
It was.
Even if they do miss the cue for the lyrics. WrestleMania 30, Triple H.
There we go.
One last time,
with
let's
Sasha
play the Game of
and,
Thrones.
Alexa
The other
Bliss,
time Triple H got a passing grade on his WrestleMania entrance project, this is when the King of Kings thing actually worked, thanks to Charlotte, Sasha, and Alexa helping him out. WrestleMania 31, Rusev. Boy, it sure was kind of Shotzi to drive Rusev to the ring during her day off from indie wrestling. Tankamania was running wild, baby.
Jokes.
This is an all-timer of a Mania entrance. WrestleMania 32, Sasha Banks. How Sasha Banks did not win the women's title at WrestleMania 32, I will never understand, especially after getting the greatest WrestleMania entrance any woman had ever gotten to this point, being performed to the ring by her cousin Snoopy the dog. WrestleMania 33, the Hardys. This isn't a list of the biggest pops of every WrestleMania, but in this case, the Mania return of the Hardys and the world-deleting pop that came with it make this the greatest entrance to come out of WrestleMania 33. Vibes over everything, people. WrestleMania 34, Shinsuke Nakamura. We don't have to think about the match that followed, but Shinsuke Nakamura's excellent song being played by Nita Strauss and then dozens of violinists was an entrance that's energy matched the energy of the man himself. Well, at least until he lost this match.
And then gave...
I guess we do have to think about it.
and in turn by giving AJ the low blow,
WrestleMania 35, Charlotte Flair. I mean, she flew to the building in a f***ing helicopter. Over 30 years since her father flew into the Great American Bash. Who else can say they were escorted to Mania in a f***ing whirlybird? WrestleMania 36, AJ Styles. Not a lot to choose from when it comes to WrestleMania 36. It's either this lifeless warehouse entrance or that lifeless warehouse entrance. So instead, we took to the world of cinema, where AJ Styles arrived at The Undertaker's boneyard, hiding in a casket just so he can pop out like a smug prick. WrestleMania 37, Drew McIntyre. There are a few proper candidates for WrestleMania 37, Bad Bunny's giant truck, plenty of pyro for the likes of Roman and Edge, but Drew making the first entrance in front of fans in over a year gets points for that real human element. WrestleMania 38, Bianca Belair. I'm telling you, your boy loves a marching band entrance. This entrance honestly gets me emotional with how brilliant it is. My eyes well up and the hairs on my neck stand when Bianca skips down the aisle to this big band version of her song. Bianca looks like the biggest superstar in the world, and it was this specific WrestleMania entrance that convinced me that we were watching the rise of Miss WrestleMania. WrestleMania 39, Roman Reigns. Watching Roman Reigns take 10 minutes to get to the ring on an episode of SmackDown, completely unacceptable. Watching Roman Reigns take 15 minutes to get played to the ring by a band of pianists ahead of his main event of WrestleMania? Yeah, that I will allow. And that's our list. Make sure, of course, that you like this video, subscribe, and...
That means hopefully Cody get a big band. If he does, maybe a chance he win it. Who knows? Other than that, though, this was a good list as well, too, including Roman. That Roman. But other than that, if you like my reaction, like, share, subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's your boy T-Bear signing off. One love.